Hey there, Coach Amy coming back to you today talking about progression. Before we dive into the material, I want you to know that as you go through these lessons, you may start to notice that suggested changes sound foreign or even outside your comfort zone, and you may have a hard time seeing yourself eating the things that we suggest. It may seem like trying to climb a ladder by jumping from the ground all the way to the very top without touching any step in between. And that's the total opposite of what we want for you. Feeling overwhelmed is the very thing that will stop you in your tracks, which is why it's important to take the steps in between where you are now and where you want to be. Remember, it's about becoming better with each step, not about becoming perfect. It's like I tell my son who's in the 5th grade when he feels overwhelmed with a school assignment. How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Just to give you a few ideas to remember while you're watching or reading these lessons, let's get specific. These are some things that have helped my clients and my own family, so I'm certain they will help you too. We'll go from habits to drop right now to making the first change and then the second and then the third change to progressively become healthier and healthier. The first habit to drop right now would be regular whole milk. There are many reasons to remove this one from your diet, but in short, you're better off without the extra hormones and highly processed dairy that doesn't offer you the calcium you may think. There is more calcium available to your body in a cup of broccoli than a cup of regular milk. So the first change would be to go to organic whole milk. And the second change would be to go to organic reduced fat milk. And then finally the third change, unsweetened original almond or coconut milk. Another habit to drop would be using margarine, Crisco, or vegetable oils. They are full of partially hydrogenated oils, which is a trans fat. The first change would be to go to real organic butter. And the second change would be to go to ghee, olive, grapeseed, avocado, and coconut oils. And the third change, this one's easy, is the same as the second. The next habit to drop, cereal. Most cereals are extremely high in sugar and highly processed with no nutrients available to you. So the first change to make would be using organic minimal ingredient cereals. 5 ingredients or less is a good rule of thumb. And the second change would be going to puffed organic rice or organic rolled oats sweetened with stevia or honey and cinnamon. And third, my favorite, is using steel cut oats with a teaspoon of honey sprinkled with pumpkin seeds and cinnamon. The next habit to drop, using powdered coffee creamer. These are full of partially hydrogenated oils, which are trans fats. So the first change would be to use organic half and half. The second change would be to use organic coconut creamer. And then the third change, no creamer at all. The next habit to drop is using regular spaghetti noodles. They are high on the glycemic index, loaded with highly processed wheat, and extremely high in carbohydrates. So the first change to make would be to use organic whole wheat noodles. At least the wheat isn't as highly processed, but be sure to keep the serving size to the recommended amount. The second change to go to would be using organic sprouted wheat noodles. And then the third change would be to eliminate wheat and use black bean, lentil, or quinoa noodles. The next habit to drop is you don't eat any veggies. Remember, your taste buds can be trained, so the first change to make if you don't eat any veggies is to take a green supplement tablet and adopt the try before you deny rule. This is all about your mindset. Maybe you've just never had veggies prepared in a delicious way. A few of my clients said that they wouldn't eat veggies in the beginning of their journey, and they quickly changed their mind by trying a couple of my suggestions. One in particular found that she loves spinach in her smoothies and never ate anything green before. So the second change would be, after adding your green supplement tablet, is adding 1 cup of spinach in all of your smoothies, and try the new recipes from my cookbook. And then the third change would be adopting vegetables as 50 to 70% of your diet. Okay, so the next habit to drop is eating only soft vegetables. Try blending 1 cup of raw spinach in all your smoothies. You'd be surprised how you can't taste the spinach. The second change to make is adding 1 cup of raw baby carrots or cucumbers with hummus each day. And the third change would be adding the first and second changes to having a fruit and vegetable smoothie or a large salad each day. Next habit to drop, you only eat 1 or 2 times per day. First change is adding a protein smoothie each day. The second change, add a snack to equal 4 meals per day. And then the third change, add another snack to total 5 meals per day. The next habit to drop. You eat loaf bread, crackers, croutons, chips, or refined carbohydrates. The first change, make sure that you're having organic wheat bread and crackers in limited amounts. The second change, have organic sprouted whole grain bread, steel-cut oats, quinoa, and brown rice. And then the third change, you have limited amounts of any breads. Your carbohydrates only come from whole grains, vegetables, and fruits. The amount of time you spend on each phase is really up to you. It's typical to spend about 2 weeks in one phase before moving on to the next. And phases can overlap, and just because you graduate from one phase to the next doesn't mean you won't find yourself having things from a previous phase from time to time. You won't be living inside the lines of confinement. You'll be making conscious decisions based on what you know and how you feel from consuming certain foods. You will decide that you want to know what it feels like to be healthier and thriving, so you'll move on to make healthier and healthier choices throughout your journey. Strong and fit will taste better than a bag of chips any day.